class of 1990. There we go.
Yes, not the first guy. Thank you very much. I actually, my name is Ian Wright. I'm the class coordinator for the class of 1990, and I feel woefully underprepared because I think there's only like 2 of my classmates here with us today. And I got to admit, this is the first time I've been back to Hunter in 24 years. So, made that visit freshman year of college, strut through the halls, and then never came back. And I'm ashamed to say that because this has been a tremendous reception, and I have to tell all my classmates, we need to do this in 5 years, so thank you. All right, I'm going to keep it really short. I think the classes of 40 and 45 stole all my time. We do have over 100 people showing up to our reception this evening, so I'm going to share with them everything that happened today, and I guess it's going to be on the website, so that'll be cool because we're all about social media these days. And quite honestly, I'm not going to talk as much about what happened in school, but what's happened since, because I think for our class, coming together at these reunions has been really a tremendous experience and somewhat unexpected. So this is a nice revelation to come to the daytime event, because ours were always in the night. We've lost a few of our classmates, so that was the theme for raising money this year. One of whom, David Drazen, passed away, our senior year in high school. Another, Chris Chong, who passed away in December of 2011. Chris is a big part of this school. His sister went here and his mom worked here. And very shockingly, we lost Matt Hennessy this past Thanksgiving. So tonight we're going to gather and celebrate their lives and the school. I'm very proud to announce that we've had 50% of the class contribute to our fund. We had 2 very generous challenge gifts, and as of this morning, we've raised over $55,000. So hopefully that's the challenge, that's the legacy that we're going to leave for the classes behind us. So thanks, and this has been a wonderful, amazing experience, and I appreciate all the stories and hope to hear some more after lunch. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, class of 1990. Now we have class of 1995, which is my graduation year, so Anthony Accurso, take it away.
Matthias Lee, thank you very much. Worthy of note, Matthias and I have been coming to this, we went to this building for 12 years straight. Starting in elementary school, and I wanted to just put in perspective that was about 1983 or so, and we are perhaps, as you imagine little first graders, kindergartners walking around here, the first people who never saw this as an all-female school. It was just for our entire experience a co-ed school. So the history of that actually became clear to me about 10 or 15 years ago when I was up here talking at a similar event, the same event, and we went in opposite order, and the first class had a guy come up and give a speech, and the second class, a guy came up and gave a speech. I gave a speech, and then finally the class after me, a lady came up to give the speech, and someone from the class of 1935 shouted out, "Thank goodness! A woman!" So I did want to point out, getting ready for our reunion, 8 of us in our class started having conference calls, and this was happening in the evening in my house. And so the first time this happened, 8 of us got on the phone. We hadn't spoken in 20 years or so. And an hour later, I hang up the phone, and my wife looks at me and says, "My God, Hunterites can banter." And I submit to everybody here that may be true. So I wanted to give a few notes just to put the school's, the school in perspective. When we were in high school, the crowning achievement of senior year was getting the computer lab wired for the internet. We were issued email addresses. My email address was accurso@hchs.hunter.cuny.something.edu. And we used to type all of those letters in order to send ourselves notes. I did bring one artifact. This is an Annals yearbook. I want to show the front. Anybody know what this thing in the front right here is? Can you see?
Bus pass.
That's a bus pass. It's S for surface. The game was to try to doctor the S to be either an R for subway or a C for combination pass. So, I did want to just go over a few of the things that the gift of banter may have allowed our class to do. So our classmate Deanna Fay was featured in the New York Times this year and had a viral article in Slate magazine, My Baby and AOL's Bottom Line. Tiffany Strelitz writes children's books. I read one of them to my son at night. We have people in Hollywood who are both editing films and making the Star Wars spaceships glow blue. We have an art professor in Boston. We have Emmy Award-winning writers for shows including Parks and Recreation and Veep. One of our classmates is in the Netherlands fighting nuclear proliferation. We had two classmates who at the same time were clerking in the Supreme Court. They invited us down to play basketball at the highest court in the land, which does exist. One of whom now is also a vice dean and professor of law at Columbia. We have doctors, including people who've done Doctors Without Borders in South Sudan and Jordan. We have one of our classmates covering technology in Paris for the Wall Street Journal. And I wanted to take a special moment out to recognize a classmate of ours named Michelle Au. She's now a practicing physician down in Atlanta, but something special about our class and some other classes is that we didn't choose the valedictorian or the salutatorian to give the speech. We elected the person who we wanted to have give our graduation speech, and we thought that she would do a good job and a humorous one. She started out her valedictorian speech with the following phrase: "At Hunter, it was cool to be a nerd." And she went on to write a book about doctoring that's called This Won't Hurt a Bit, and Other White Lies My Doctor Told Me. One of our classmates is in charge of biocontainment at Johns Hopkins Hospital, so if there's Ebola anywhere on the East Coast, then it's in good hands. So just going over a few things, I wanted to recognize a few teachers. So Fran Salzman, I remember, Bob Goodman as well, Mr. and Mrs. Nadell, Dr. John Webb. And in the yearbook here, actually, ours was the last class that had the privilege of waking up at 7:45 for Ira Marienhoff's economics talk, so we used to come in and do that. And that's in the yearbook here. So, just in brief, we are meeting up tonight as well. We don't have quite as big a draw, nor as big a contribution. $4,725 donated by our class, and we're all very grateful.